Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Rhypi here. Welcome to Rhypi Talks Fave Things, or long title, Favorite Things. In today's episode, we're going to talk about my favorite things to discuss, and we're going to limit it to 10. In some of these videos, I'm going to say that's 5, 10, 5, 5, 5, 7, depending on what's going on in the video. And how many topics make sense for it, because sometimes there may not be much to talk about. So if you guys enjoy this series of me talking about my fab things, feel free to like and comment below what topics you would like me to discuss. So with that in mind, all of these will be in no particular order, and I don't want to rank anything just because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm making something more obsolete than others or have bigger presence, even though sometimes it will feel like that when I'm making these videos throughout the years, because I'm hoping to do this multiple years, not just a couple months. But the important thing is for me, it's just like I've been doing on my Tuesday videos, of just being able to talk to you guys. And this one probably be a lot more editing because I had to fill in the dots/bullets, but just have it where I communicate with you guys more, because when I'm doing gaming content, I don't always think about it, especially when I'm streaming and enjoying the game. That sometimes I'm just in the moment. And why I keep thinking about getting that monitor that I keep putting in the description of my video. But regardless, that's the introduction of what fab things are. But like I said earlier, our favorite fab things of the topic is favorite things to discuss. So first thing I'm going to discuss is gaming. I'm going to talk about different gaming concepts, whether it is stuff from the what consider retro, whether it's Game Boy Advance, NES, maybe even other consoles that I've never played. And that could be like top 10 covers of Sega Genesis that looks interesting to me. And point thing is for me to have fun with it. So we'll put gaming on the list shortly, if it's not already there. But that's just a little snippet of what to come with gaming. Yes, I could always post this on Rhypi Gaming, but I want to have all my talking ideas / heavy edits. You know, I sometimes do heavy edits on gaming too, but my heavy edits be on this channel where you guys see the time that it took. Alrighty. Secret Fave thing as part of our 10 today. Today will be anime. You know, I don't always talk about anime on my streams just because I haven't watched them recently, as in the last couple of years, so I'm slightly behind on that. But I can always talk about anime and say these are my favorite characters of this anime and why, and explain the origin of when I started watching this on some of these animes. Some of them I think will make you guys laugh. And some of you guys might be like, oh, that's sad. But like I said, I don't know how often I'm gonna do these videos, but we're just gonna keep trying to do them when I can. But that's why anime will be on this list of something that I may potentially talk about in the future. Next thing on the list will be Pokemon / cartoons, because yes, Pokemon in some parts of the world is considered an anime. Some parts of the world considers it a cartoon, depending on where you're watching it from. because it has the style of anime, but it's also ones that you can mesh with. But maybe in the future I'll also talk about Digimon on this channel. Maybe sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe even Astro Boy, the 1980 or 90 series, or even stuff that are coming out on Cartoon Network now. That's not just the live action stuff. Who knows? But the point of the thing is just to have fun. So I'll probably be putting that on the top left, knowing me. Next favorite thing that I'll like to discuss from time to time is favorite memories. Whether it's standalone or just talking about it in the middle of the Fab 10 of whatever we're discussing, or Fab 5 or Fab 7. That helps influence why these are my top choices to talk about. Whether it's something that is funny, like we discussed earlier, or sad, or gives me joy, or even sometimes why it made me angry, because a few times things can make me angry. Alrighty. Our fifth thing to talk about, even though I don't watch it as much as I know a couple of my friends like Joker and Beanie, Rage, and a couple of others do, but I always try to watch the ups and downs of these just so I can have some idea, and maybe we'll bring that in and have it sometimes where we have 2 sets of bullet points where I'm discussing it and a co-host is also discussing it, and we put our top 10 slash Fave 10s together as in the Fab 20, or do just one cohesive Fab 10 that embodies what we both think. Who knows? But that's a story for another day. But we'll add wrestling now. Next thing I'd like to discuss is music slash my compositions. I like listening to music, and I also enjoy talking about my music compositions. If you haven't checked them out, I'm gonna leave a link in the description and on the card of my playlist of different music stuff that you guys can check out if you want to. I've done, I think, over 50 different compositions on that channel, but I haven't done anything recently. But figured you guys want to check it out, you will. But I might also talk about music. Who knows? Maybe I'll say what is my fave 10 pentatonic songs of all time, or favorite 10 rock songs of all time. Whether we go specific by artist or general in topic. Who knows? Be similar to how I want to do things for other stuff. Next topic I'd like to discuss to you guys at some point as part of my favorite things is art. Because I know in today's age there's a lot of things that if you're not careful you can find AI art if that's not what you're looking for. But for those artists that like making their own art still, that I enjoy seeing what they create from themselves, and whether it's a hand-drawn like my style is usually, or using digital platforms as in Krita, as in Photoshop or Illustrator, and there's Canva, but some people use Canva for art too. but most people use it for business stuff that I'm aware of. but But there's a lot of ideas that you can do, and there's softwares out there depending on what you're wanting to do with art. Or if you just want to buy a sketch pad and draw it out like I do, and post it by taking a picture of it. That's what I've been doing on my Digimon art when I get a chance to do it. I haven't done it much, again because of my full time, but that's why you have to pick and choose how you want to do things. But for now, this is going to be a topic that I eventually want to talk about with you guys. Next topic I'd like to discuss, part of my favorite things, is helping / goals. And what I mean by that is helping is like when I've been able to help people in the past, or just generic, seeing someone helping that around town, or if I'm looking at the internet, people shouting out others. I sometimes shout out others too, but still just being able to see how people can help is fun by me. And similar goals, like when I've taught my math classes, I usually ask students to make a goal, to think about what they want to do with the class, or long term of what is their goal after they leave the class, or what is their long term goal of whether it's they want their dream job, whether it's their next steps of what university they want to apply for, or see if they get accepted, stuff like that, depending on what group of students I have. But the point thing is to have fun with it, and see how the things are and stuff like that. That we'll see how this relates, and maybe I'll tell you guys some of my goals besides ones that I've already told you guys and stuff like that, because I know sometimes we like hearing when we accomplish goals, whether it's short term, long term, or things in between. Ready for 2 more? Next thing I like talking about, even though I don't talk about it much on the YouTube world, just because it is what I do for a living as well, is mathematics. Is I like being able to help people understand math that didn't click to them right away, or they find something that is so much easier that maybe breaks down that wall of not wanting to understand math. But there is times I've had to be like, you know what, no matter what I say to you, you're not wanting to learn, I'll step away or go to a different tutor when I'm in a tutoring lab and stuff like that, because I'm not gonna be that kind of tutor that just is just giving you the answer, or just solve the problem just because you didn't want to solve it. I'm not that kind of tutor that wants you to actually understand how to do it, because it doesn't matter what the problem is. If the professor changes the number, or the teacher on you, can you still solve it? And if your answer is no, we need to discuss how to solve it, not and how to get to the answer. Because that's a big trap that some people make, is that they're always answer oriented, that they don't think about the steps that they do to get there. So maybe at some point when I actually make videos for the Rhypi Math channel, that I'll discuss more of those topics. I might just talk about it here. Who knows? But that's why different things upsetted me last school year. And I'm not going to go into more details besides that, but with some things I've told you guys throughout that has been on my gaming channel, you understand. And I know some of you guys on the talks, if this first time hearing it, you'll be like, well, what is he talking about? I can't tell you which video to go back to. Maybe if some of my friends that's on the social media, they remember some of the times that I've vented about it, we'll tell you in the comments below or in the live chat if you guys are still in the premiere. The last thing that I can think of at the moment, favorite things to discuss. And I'm gonna say two different things because I can't decide between the two right now. Is collections / movies. Collections, because I enjoy collecting a lot of Pokemon, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of Digimon stuff, and I sometimes collect other things just in the off chance I decide to see if it's worth it in the future. That maybe at some point I'll talk more about my collections and show you guys some of my collection in the future besides just my Pokemon stuff, because I've showed you guys my rares in 2 binders before. And if I remember to, I'll link that video. If not, someone please remind me. But for movies wise, similar to some of the other topics we discussed, we can do what is my favorite thing about the movie as the top 5 or top 10 or favorite 10, excuse me. I just want to say top 5 and 10 because it's what you see in a lot of people's channels, but I want to do something different where it's not a reason behind something is ranked higher than others. But sometimes it will be that we do it where I talk about what's my 10 favorite dramas or top 10 favorite game shows, stuff like that. Who knows? But it is only time will tell what topics we'll do. But if there's topics you definitely want me to do, put them down in the comments below. I would love to see them, and maybe we'll do it where the best voted will be a future video in a month, because I can't promise it right away because I want to make sure that I think about the topics first before I say it, because I don't want it to be that the video feels rushed. But I've been trying to keep this video under 30 minutes, and I accomplished that goal in 20 minutes after editing. Wowza, that's a lot of cuts. But some of these, it may go over 30 minutes when I do my fave things, especially if it's a fave 10. But I hope you guys enjoyed this new series that I'm trying out. If you guys want to see more, make sure you click that like button and tell me the topic you want me to discuss, and we'll see that I get to discuss that in a future video. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this video. See you guys next time on Rhypi Talks Fab Things. Have a good one, guys. Peace.